maneuvers that's required. It's called boxing the way.
Okay.
Josiah, we're going to box the way. Okay. So all we do is we go down through the way. Feel it?
Oh yeah.
There we are below it. And we just make a rectangle. Kind of down here. Pause at each corner. That was just the rope adjusting. Back up to the same level. Work our way across to the other side. Well, I guess we're hearing him. That's good. Back up through the way. There are actually times, if you've been on landed out somewhere and we were able to send a tow plane to bring you back, if you're flying along on the level behind the tow plane, it's actually easier to be in that low position than up at the same level. Right now he's climbing, so it's pretty comfortable to sit here just slightly below him. He's in a big, pretty good climb. But if he levels off, he'll start getting a lot of slack rope. And if you think about it, there's not a lot of drag. The glider has a lift to drag ratio of about 30 to 1. And so if the glider weighs 1,900 pounds, there's only, what is it? 30 pounds of pressure on the rope.
Oh, okay. Just reached 3,000?
We're at 3,000. So down here to the left below us, you see these kind of dark things down the ground?
Yeah.
That's a bunch of nurseries or greenhouses. Kind of one of our landmarks. Telling people where you are. We're out here on the day where there's a lift. You know, the glider pilots try to talk to one another and tell the other guys where the lift is.
Okay.
Prepare for release. Thanks, Josiah. So the little up and down move I made there is what's called a soft release. You just get a little tension on the rope and then release it, and that means that it releases without a big snap.
Okay. Doesn't go snap towards the toe.
Yeah. But sometimes if you snap it too abruptly, you can actually put a knot in the toe rope. So, the glider field is just over the nose of the airplane.
Yeah.
Right there. Down in North Plains.
Okay.
Okay. Coming around. Right over the nose of the airplane, a little bit further out, is Hillsborough Airport.
Yeah, I can see the runway.
And you can see how it kind of points right back towards our glider field.
Yeah.
So we are right under their instrument landing approach into Hillsborough. So we try to be careful about not
going too far that way.
Yeah, not well. If you do need to fly over, well, we try to stay out of their airspace, which is a 5-mile circle. But also we try to avoid loitering when lined up with that runway. Okay. Because particularly on a day like today, you can have jets coming out of these clouds, on their way into Hillsborough. So I went a little too far. But we got Cornelius and Forest Grove towns. Towns look kind of dark green because of all the trees.
Yeah.
We're right over the greenhouses. And then straight over the nose out there is Banks.
All right.
And then a little harder to see from here, but the place where the freeway splits in two. Right about straight out over the nose. It's a little more visible when we get further north. We refer to that as the Y, like the letter Y.
Okay.
So I mean, you basically understand how the controls work. Oh, we didn't talk about the yaw string too much.
No.
The yaw string, think of it as an arrow pointing away from you. The head of the arrow is pointing towards the front of the airplane. And now, that arrow is pointing at your left foot. Right?
So you want to push left rudder.
Push left rudder. Now it's pointing at your right foot.
So you want to push right to bring the airstream back in line with the fuselage.
The objective is to learn to fly in a coordinated fashion. So go ahead and put your feet and hands on the controls. I'm going to run them.
Okay.
As you roll into a turn, see how I push the stick and the rudder together?
Yeah.
Neutralize the rudder. Roll out, stick and rudder together. And notice how the yaw string stayed basically straight.
Yeah.
If I roll in like this without moving the rudders, it's telling me to push the right rudder. If I roll out without pushing the rudders, it's reminding me that I need to push the left rudder, the top rudder when I roll out. So that's really about all there is to it. Get ourselves pointed back here to... Do you have model airplanes with ailerons?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 4-channel or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Take the controls. You have the controls.
I have the control.
So I'm expecting that for you, straight and level should not be too much of a problem, but that's the first objective.
And we want to keep about 50?
45 to 50.
45 to 50, all right.
The green lever on the sidewall there is kind of under your left, below your left knee, is a trim lever. And you can adjust that so that the airplane will be, you don't have to have any pressure on the stick.
Yeah.
44 is minimum sink, and 49 is best L over D, best glide slope. Let's do maybe a 90-degree turn around to the left here.
Was that 90?
That's close enough. We don't have a lot of landmarks to look at today. Yeah, well, okay, let's do one around to the right. Yeah, we need to understand you need a little back pressure in the turn. Yeah, so let's do a roll into a left-hand turn fairly crisply. I'll roll out. Remember to push that right rudder pedal.
Yeah.
Roll into a right-hand turn. More rudder. Now roll out. And the controls are nicely proportional. So that pretty much, however hard you push on the stick, that's how hard you need to push on the rudder. Let's turn around to the left. Getting a little close. Need a little more left rudder when you rolled in.
Yeah, I'm a little behind.
Yeah, some longer wind aircraft you almost need to lead with the rudders. So go ahead and push the nose down, bring it up to 60. pointed right at the ground.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and slow it down to 40. One of the things that you're required to do is a slow flight. So you slow it down below 40.
Yeah.
And for that, you might want to add a little back trim. Okay, so see if you can hold it at about 40.
Yeah, I can't seem to.
Don't drop the nose. You got to keep that nose up in the air. Very small changes in the pitch will result in easy 5 knots difference in airspeed. I give you a little back trim. So in slow flight, it's real important to keep the yaw string straight. Straightforward. That's what your coordination indicator. Let's turn around to the right, gently. Okay. My entry pattern in sight. So go ahead and speed it up to about, between 45 and 50. This is the best place for this airplane to be flown, this sort of speed. It's where you cover the most distance over the ground, and you're far enough away from stall that if you do something abrupt, you're not going to stall.
You can catch it.
Notice there's a little tendency when you first start to wallow around.
Yeah.
Because if you just let go of the stick, it will pretty much fly straight. So you see our airfield down here.
Yeah.
So we're right over the entry point to the pattern with about 500 feet to spare. So let's do like a 360-degree turn around to the right.
Or you want me to keep going around to the right?
Yeah, we just have to circle here.
Oh, okay.
So try not to lift the nose as you enter the turn. Just roll.
No.
Your elbow is inconveniently located for the stick. So it does take a little while to get used to separating fore and aft movements from left to right movements. Okay, let's keep going on around. Let's straighten out here and head west just a little bit. And remember, you have to release that back pressure when you level it out. Okay, let's do 180 around to the right. North point traffic, glider 6 Bravo Alpha, entering a left downwind, landing to the west, north lanes. So we're going to fly down, what we do airplanes, you always do what's called a downwind leg,
Yes.
parallel to the field. So flaps, under carry. Let me just check. I want to get the speed up to 55. Get the trim set.
You got control?
I have the controls temporarily, but I'm going to let you fly it. Okay, so we want to be about 55. And give it a little air brake. We're trying to fly just straight out here, parallel to the field. Keep your wings level. Keep it at 55, so keep that nose down. Okay. Now we'll turn our base leg right here. Turn left. Not too much rudder though in here. Pitch is airspeed. I'm controlling our touchdown point with the spoilers. Okay, so when you think you're ready, go ahead and turn.
1737 Golf on a right, now 167 right, first line.
Going just a tad high, so I'm adding a little bit more spoiler. Trying to land in the middle of the left-hand side there. So be looking down the middle. Don't be looking at the airplanes or anything else. Here we go. Just a little flare right there. There you go. You're on the ground, you're steering with your feet. Keep the wings level. It takes bigger and bigger movements as you get slower and slower. But you can actually keep the wings level all the way to the end.
Oh yeah.
That way you stop straight. If you let one wing drop, you'll end up turned.
Okay. Well, have you seen better or worse?
No, you're doing great. How was it?
It was great.
Good. Good.